Begin. Good afternoon, all. On behalf of i-PHA India, I'm extremely glad to welcome all of you to the first episode of Expressions by i-PHA India, along with Clean India Journal. Expressions by i-PHA India is first of its kind show series, which is going to showcase on the well-being and the growth of the housekeepers. Health and fitness is the key to...
Sonia,
hello. Sorry. Hello.
You are audible, Sonia ma'am. You are audible.
Okay. Health and fitness is the key to a long, active, and enjoyable life. It is correctly stated that health is the actual wealth that a person can retain. Being healthy and fit allows us to stay active and further increases our confidence and concentration power. Hence, the first episode, as all you all know, is dedicated to health and fitness, which is the need of the hour. We have a young and dynamic chef, Rahul Singh, who will share his expertise on this topic today. Welcome, chef, to the show. Priya,
thank you,
the floor is yours. All the best.
Thank you, Sonia ma'am. Thank you. A very good afternoon to all of you. Namaste and welcome to Expressions by i-PHA India. As Sonia ma'am said it before, one of its kind talk show that is hosted by i-PHA in association with Clean India Journal. The show is going to feature talks and discussions on a variety of topics that concern housekeepers today. Hello, Rahul. Welcome to the show. And as we are going to talk forward, I am still sipping the lavender tea that you have introduced me last time. So,
Great.
yes. So, welcome to the show, Rahul.
Right.
I personally know you from...
Thank you so much.
I personally know you, Rahul, since like now 20 years now. And I'm extremely glad to have you on our first episode at Expressions by i-PHA. And it's always great to speak to you right now on this virtual platform because you are always kind of this great wall of China between me and good food. And you've always guided me towards my entire fitness journey and have been a real taskmaster. So welcome to the show, Rahul. And what I want you to tell people here around is you all the time talk about being fit and healthy. So can you tell us something more about your journey, how you entered into this fitness journey, and what inspires you to be the fit chef?
Good afternoon, everyone, and good afternoon, Priya. Namaste. And first of all, I would like to say a big thank you to i-PHA for creating such a beautiful platform for discussing health and fitness, basically. I'm really glad that you people have taken this initiative, and this is much needed, need of the hour, I must say. However, I mean, this requirement was not new. I mean, this was supposed to be started long back since our childhoods, but then, okay, never mind. You talk about my journey was all full with roller coaster. You must have also seen me when I was in college, right? College days, I had always this inclination towards healthy food and healthy kind of cooking. That time, the definition of healthy was something different, right? So the media was not available that time so much, and there's not much research which had happened, right? I kind of didn't go away from this particular topic, and I continued my journey. I always believe that, whatever things are there in your mind and you work with a lot of passion, you attract same kind of people, right? And there was a time when I just thought that the knowledge what I have is not sufficient when it comes to correct nutrition. The word, I just simply love this word called correct nutrition, is not sufficient. I started learning this course. I mean, I did a course at K11, School of Fitness Sciences. And I did a nutritionist course where I did sports nutrition. And I got to learn so many things. Now, luckily, I teach there as a visiting faculty. And the subject which I teach is Cook Fit, which is how to cook that nutritious food. That means a combination of a chef and a nutritionist both. So life gave me beautiful chances. I am really glad to the universe that I got a chance to work with international armies like British Army, Chinese Army, American Army several times, right? So this was a good journey overall. Very beautiful it was.
So basically, you're saying the whole idea of that the healthy food, it's not necessary that it has to be tasteless, tasty, healthy
Oh,
food.
of course, Priya. Now, I still remember the earlier days when every time when I would tell someone, like, "Okay, let's talk about healthy food," and people would give me a response that, okay, we're not going to discuss about boiled food or food which is tasteless. I'm like, no, no, we need to discuss on this because healthy food cannot be bland, cannot be boiled. It's beyond that. You can make it the way you want, and you can still reap the benefits of good health, and you can just enjoy your life. You can make a complete lifestyle change on this.
Rahul, we as housekeepers have a gamut of responsibilities that we shoulder with. We kind of deal with erratic working schedules. We have erratic kind of food timings. And I have personally come across a lot of peers. I would not maybe name anyone, but they always get, they have this fear that they don't want to fall sick and call a day's work off or do not want to be off work. Can you help us tell what is the kind of a kavach or a fitness mantra that you can share with us to be healthy?
Oh, definitely. Beautiful question. This is indeed. When it comes to one particular thing, I am not here today to give you 2000 uh, Google sourced kind of things what everyone talks about. You know, if you go and meet any random person and ask, excuse me, can you give me some health tip, right? They'll give you 5 instead of 1. People around us are so contented with all different kind of, healthcare tips and stuffs, right? What is important is we need to verify first that what kind of health mantra we are going to follow. Has it got any kind of scientific approach? Is it really going to be beneficial on you? One small example I want to give you. I see people drinking lemon, warm lemon water with honey early morning. And I really want to ask all those people that have they really lost weight? Or I must not say weight, it is, have you lost fat? And the answer is no. It's just that there's a kind of feel good factor which comes in that, okay, I have done something good to my health, right? So I'm going to give you a few quick, beautiful tips, which probably will not find easily here and there on WhatsApp University or on Google or other places, right? Now, this WhatsApp University is really a big disease, seriously. And especially ever since this COVID thing happened, I started getting random kind of forwards that we do this, do that, do this, do that, go and stand in sun for 2 hours. I'm like, and do what? Like, you want me to become sun-dried Chef Rahul so that I can be preserved, so that I can be preserved forever? No, no, this, right? So, very important for all the housekeepers, or especially, people who on a broader scale, who work in hospitality, especially in housekeeping department, we need to have correct posture. The body posture has to be very, very good. Indirectly, our entire system is dependent on how our spine is placed. And we actually unknowingly don't pay attention. And there could be n number of things if we wear wrong footwear, if we are keeping our shoulders like hunched like this, the posture is not correct. It causes too many issues. Secondly, please pay attention at the gut. The gut, they say that the slow death starts from your gut. If your gut is not healthy, yes, if your gut is not healthy, your entire system is going to collapse. Another one thing, I mean, this goes to the entire hospitality, is the mental health. We, all of us, right? We are, and as the name suggests, it's about hospitality, right? We are supposed to be warm. We are supposed to give comfort to people. But are we comfortable in our own body? Are we comfortable in our own mind? So meditation again is a must for each and every man. And here I want to tell you that meditation has got nothing to do with any particular religion, because all the religions on this earth have different ways of meditating. Follow it, do it. Then comes antioxidants. They are must. Antioxidant rich food has to be included in your diet. Skip sugars or any kind of artificial sugary stuffs. They say that if you're feeling low, please have one ice cream. And I blame to all this film industry and all these advertisements, they say that after a breakup, a lady is eating this huge. I mean, I looked
Tub
at
of ice
them
cream.
and like, okay, yeah. I mean, so much that while looking at that, I put on few pounds. That is so much. So this is a bad kind of advertisement. Please stay away from sugars or any such kind of processed food, right? Exercise is must. You can never ever come across a thing that, okay, I work really hard for 9 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours, so I don't need to work out because while working, I get my exercises done. No, that is not completely correct. Your individual parts of your body needs a different way of exercising. So these are certain things which we can include. Vitamin C, of course, has take it as much as you can, and that's not going to harm at all.
So Rahul, now we have spoken about what housekeepers should do, so that they be much more fitter. But maybe some more tips for our janitors back out there. So all the housekeepers present at this show can maybe hear a few tips from you. Go back and tell their janitors ki ye sab karna chahiye, because they are the ones who are doing the actual on the job. And today housekeeping is not just only working with hotels. They would work with facilities or in the healthcare sector, and they are the one who are prone to a lot of dust, a lot of infections. Maybe the standards of living at times also matters a lot. So anything that you want to tell us so that we can go back to our janitors and train them on certain tips?
Of course, yes. Because every time when I look the janitors working, I have so much of respect for them. And oh my God, they are working really hard. And I seriously on that point, I love entire housekeeping department for this. One message to all the janitors should be given that they should be away from any kind of bad addictions, right? And this is being observed that most of them, you talk about tobacco, you talk about alcohol, you talk about any other kind of drugs and things, and that again has a correlation with your mental health, correct? For some reason, I still don't understand, because see, when you look at your seniors, right, you want to become like that. When we were in college and we would go to the trainings, I thought that it's mandatory for every chef to smoke, because all my seniors would smoke. And I'm like, okay, if I am copying the work, should I copy that part too? Right? So this kind of thing happens, So one thing that they have to be away from addictions. Secondly, whatever instructions are being given, sometimes they go in overconfidence and do not follow the safety measures, what is being taught by the seniors. Right. Or talk about wearing mask, or talk about washing their hands several times in a day is going to be beneficial for them, but then it should not. No one should think that this is a kind of punishment for myself. Why should I wash my hands? My hands are clean, right? So these things can be taught to them, and taking breathing exercises, at least a multivitamin a day. And trust me, these multivitamins are not harmful. We are living in an era where everyone comes up with a different perception that, okay, these medicines are going to be harmful in long run. No, absolutely not. Right? So our bodies need it. These kind of simple few tips can be taught to them, right? They should not be holding their urine for very long time. This is being observed that when they are working, they actually kind of forget, or they hold it for a very long time. So the urinal break should be taken very often, which will not allow them to have any kind of UTIs, urinary tract infections, or any other diseases.
This is something that most of us miss when we are on our day-to-day work schedule. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Rahul, when I know you are very passionate about Ayurvedic foods and ancient foods. And nowadays we have these common ailments that most of us suffer due to our work schedules, be it like, or maybe our food habits. It could be your diabetes, high BP, stress, or, this tension. So any kind of quick recovery foods that we should inculcate in our day-to-day diet?
Lovely. When we talk about Ayurveda, and I always say Ayurveda and I never call it Ayurveda, because that's the way it has to be called, Ayurveda.
Sorry,
So
Ayurveda.
just wanted to update you that I was the first chef who did Ayurvedic cookery show in Kumbh Mela.
Oh,
So
wow. Okay.
yeah, and I was not very sure. I stayed there for 15 days. It was such a peaceful thing. I was staying on the banks of Ganga, and it was a beautiful tent. I stayed there for 15 days. Beautiful show it was. So when we talk about Ayurveda, first of all, we have so many myths about Ayurveda. The moment I say Ayurveda, so when I meet my fellow chefs who are from different countries, and the moment we talk about Ayurveda, they say, "Oh, Ayurvedic food must be only vegetarian," and I'm like, "No, no, no."
Okay.
Again, it is going to be like, "Oh, what is he talking about?" Ayurveda is not only about vegetarianism. Ayurveda has got three different segments. One is
Mm.
sattvic food, which is supposed to be vegetarian, which doesn't allow onion and garlic and so many other things, right? Uh, Another one is rajasic, and then comes tamasic. I cannot say anyone is good or anyone is bad. It again depends on person's requirement. It again depends. If you want to become a monk, you want to leave everything, you want to feel detached from everything, you follow sattvic, that works for you. But rajasic and tamasic, these two segments, they do suggest eating non-vegetarian foods. The first myth is clear that Ayurveda is not only and only about vegetarianism, right? See, eating veg or non-veg food is a personal choice, and I have absolutely no problem. Whatever you feel from inside, you follow that. That is fine. Ayurveda is a beautiful thing to talk about, to discuss about, and given a chance, I can talk endlessly about it without taking any break. Few things I would like to include that, I there are certain ingredients which can be
Mm.
included in your food on daily basis, and they are going to do wonders. One
Okay.
is fresh ginger,
Mm.
lovely. Second, dry ginger. Spices, all the spices which are there are actually good. And I have heard people saying that, spices are bad. My father is a doctor, and most of the time, we end up having a lot of clashes between father and son. And if he's listening, again, he's going to pick up a kind of discussion with me. He is a pediatrician, and every time they say that, have less spicy food. When we talk about spicy, spice means masalas. Indian spices,
Mm.
India is known for it, and every spice has got its own beauty. The problem
Mm.
is we have forgotten the impact of each and every spice. Right. If I
Right.
ask all of us to prepare, say, chicken curry or paneer curry, everyone's paneer curry is going to taste different because of the different formulation of the spices. We don't know the
Right.
exact formulations, right? So spices are good. Can be after a little study can be done. Uh, when we talk about immune system, I can swear about one liquid which somebody can type into the chat box for all the people who can. There's a decoction which is called Amritarisht.
Oh,
Amritarisht. It tastes
Amrutarish. Okay.
good. Yeah, it tastes good. That is very, very good and economical, which everyone can afford for the better immune system.
Okay.
Right? If you see, I had done I'd actually done a read on it, which I posted on my Instagram, and a lot of people started asking me that where do you get it? Easily, you can get it on any medical shop or Ayurvedic shop. That is one. Ayurveda says one very beautiful thing that what kind of oils one has to consume, what kind of
Okay.
fats. And we talk about Ayurveda has never mentioned about any kind of processed different kind of oils what we get in the market nowadays. And yeah, have you looked at their advertisements? They are so scary and funny. They'll portray in a way that okay, a husband is running, he gets tired, and yeah, he gets tired, and wife gets some kind of this refined oil, which is hard gold. I don't know what not things are added, and he consumes and becomes better. So it's like a threatening kind of advertisements, and it dare you
Right.
give any other oil. If you give this oil, your husband will live, otherwise he's going to get a heart attack. What are
So,
we doing? Stick to the good oils and
so
fats, which
Rahul,
is
Yeah,
Yes,
sorry,
Priya.
go on. Yeah, fats, yes.
In this weekend, I knew your question
So you always
because
have that,
since
no,
it's
whenever you say fats, I always have that popular thing of yours, little butter. So I mean, your
little
little
butter,
butter
yeah,
is a good
because
200 grams of butter. Rahul, as you speak, we
yeah,
have a lot of questions that keep, have already started popping up here. And the first question that I would like to take up is a housekeeper says that binging comes quite naturally to her when, she's stressed out at work. And housekeeping mein to stress is like, keeps happening. So what is the best food to binge on when you get this kind of binges during stress?
stress, have a glass of water. That's the best thing one can do. But then
So
food
food.
actually on long term actually has got not nothing much to do. If you are high on proteins, if you're consuming good fats, the stress level any which ways reduces. It's everything is
Right.
interconnected. Everything is interconnected, right? How to control your anger or any kind of stress at work is it comes with little practice. And we call it work meditation. There is something called work meditation. While my first job was at Osho Commune, and I consider myself lucky that they taught me work meditation, right? So through different ways of meditation, it can be controlled. But still, I mean, binging on food, if you want, I would definitely suggest nuts. And for me, nuts are only almonds and walnuts. Sometimes you can have
No
peanuts, but
cashews.
not the sweet one. No, cashew contains so much of carbohydrates, and which I keep myself away from it. You can have a glass of buttermilk. You have something which is very flavorful, very strong flavor. So for me, a stress buster could be I take a glass of chas and I a good 1 tablespoon of green chutney, mint chutney. I dissolve in that and I'll sip it. Or what you are having at present again is
Lavender
a
tea.
good thing.
It
Any
is.
kind of green tea, lavender tea, something which is more soothing. You can have chamomile tea, right? You can have some good aroma around you, which can calm your mind down.
Rahul, Keshav Chandra asks us which multivitamin we can use on a daily basis.
So anyone. For me, there's one word I keep saying that is acha sasta sundar tikau, that is supratim, and the
Multivitamin.
multivitamin and the compositions of all these are same basically, and that has to be
Right.
consumed post breakfast or any meals.
Okay, so we keep it open to the panel, to all the attendees. You guys can post your questions. In the meanwhile, Rahul, so let's talk about a little bit about our staff food or staff meals, because our housekeepers are there on the job continuously, and maybe something that you want to tell our chefs back there who are planning, or certain budget constraints are there. So but with that, what kind of small tweaks that they can do to include a healthy diet into the staff food?
Now, Priya, this I can call is a trap, because if I say and give these suggestions, my fellow chefs are going to call me. I'm like, why did you do this? You should not have that because we have to do so much of tweaking. Very beautifully asked question, Priya. I must say that we do need tweakings into the staff meals. Now, people who know me, they know that what kind of diet personally I follow or recommend, and that is very simple. That is very natural. It has one thread attached to Ayurveda because I have humongous trust in Ayurveda, and I say that go off gluten. That means wheat. Now there will be a lot of people who will come and say that wheat we have been eating since ages, right?
Mhm.
No, actually not. The wheat which was being found at the time of Ayurveda, that was known as Godhum in Sanskrit, right, had a different kind of genetics. It was a very large kind of shrub, and it had no gluten.
Mm.
Later, scientists worked a lot on the genetic improvements. They made the wheat plants shorter, the dwarf plants, right? And the green revolution, so called, when it came, right? It came
Mm.
up with so much of gluten. Now, gluten is
Right.
a slow killer. Trust me, on long
Right.
term, if you notice, Priya,
Mm-hmm.
last 40 years probably or 30 years, we say that everyone has become more aware of healthy things and health food and healthy lifestyles, isn't it? And this last 30 years, if you look at the data, that the way arthritis, the way cardiovascular diseases, the way diabetes has come up, right, is
Right.
too
Right.
much. It's too much. It's covering up India so badly. that we actually need to go off gluten. So I would request all my fellowships when they're planning that they should actually go off gluten. It's a big myth that if you are eating rice, you will become fat, and if you're eating chapati or anything with wheat product, you will become lean. No, it is a myth, right? The gluten is bad. Secondly, you can actually completely, I know it's going to be a sacrifice, but cut down the desserts completely. So, and whatever money we are saving from these aspects, right, we can include in first class proteins and focus more on the proteins. So for me, if you ask, I could, for me, a good working lunch would be, a lunch would be a nice khichdi with vegetables and a good protein filled vegetable
Protein
veg
filled vegetable.
preparation, like
Right.
it could be, yes, somebody asked about the millets. In moderation, yes, millets can be taken. We can take paneer, we can talk about eggs,
So all kind of basically proteins is what you're talking about.
and
Rahul,
curd,
right. Rahul, Avril
curd,
ma'am here has a
buttermilk
question.
curd. Yes.
Buttermilk and curd. Okay, so Avril ma'am here has a question here for us. She says, "What is your take on ghee?" And I know this answer. What is your take
You
on
know the
ghee?
answer already. I love it. I'm sold to, my soul is sold to
You're
ghee.
addicted.
So my personally, I'm talking about mine. My 1 month consumption of ghee, one person is around 2.5 kgs to 3 kgs.
That's a lot. A few people would say.
No, that's
So
what
maybe if you
the
can tell
math.
us more about why you should consume so much ghee.
Fat is not the culprit. We don't take ghee because we think that it is going to make us fat. And another thing, a very controversial topic is it is going to increase our, it is going to clog our arteries and cause heart attack. No, it is all myth. What is bad for you is the carbohydrates and the sugars, and we blame it to the fat. Now, slowly, gradually, people are coming back to good fats now. We talk about coconut oil, we talk about ghee, butter. These all fats are really good. If we cannot afford, say, olive oil, it's absolutely fine. It's absolutely fine. We can still have coconut oil, which is love of my life too.
So Rahul, Ritu is asking us, we often kind of skip meals, because our consumption of tea is increased. So how harmful is this? Skipping meals, is it
Okay,
okay?
there are
Or
two different questions in this, I can see. One is tea, right? Tea is not bad for you, provided it is without milk and without sugar. You can
okay,
have tea.
okay,
Another thing, skipping meals is absolutely okay. You know what? We are tied up with these clocks and watches. And this happens right from my childhood. I still remember mom says, 12 baje khana kha lo. I'm like, why the hell this clock or the watch has to decide my hunger? So it's a kind of big myth that people say eat time to time. No, eat when you're hungry. You let your system tell you, let your system make you aware that okay, I'm hungry, I need food, and that time you can eat. So it's absolutely okay to skip meals.
it's okay to skip meals. So I
It's
think with that, you have
absolutely okay.
kind of also answered here Abhijit's question where he says, what is the importance of having meals on time and in order to have a healthy life? So you can skip meals, eat only when
One
you're
more thing I
hungry.
would like to add, Priya, here, and that can be applied on all the previous questions which you have asked, that fasting is something which is really, really beautiful. Now, fasting in today's era is all a big time drama, I must say, right? It is very funny. People fast. I'm like, what are you eating in fast? I'm like, why do you need to eat in fast? No
Khichdi, a lot of food.
sabudana, khichdi, no fruits, nothing. Fasting has to be fasting, fasting, right? Be on water, right? Just water 1 day and see how wonderful it is going to be. Doesn't matter you are lean, you are overweight, whatever you are, start fasting and you feel so better next day. Trust me on this. Ayurveda has suggested this. All the religions on this earth has spoken about the benefits of fasting, and all the religion, every religion is being suggested for people to fast, right? So fasting has to be
Right.
included. Fasting is
Fasting
good.
is good. So when we talk about fasting, we have all these fads that we have keep having, like these keto diets, intermittent fasting. I heard about something called as Dikshit diet, din mein 2 baar khao, something like that. So which is the best? What do you think? कौन सा best होना चाहिए? What kind of a...
Now, Priya has decided to put me in controversies for sure today. One thing when it's about fasting, I want to add that the maximum time when I fasted was 75 hours only on water.
Oh, 75
And
hours.
Yes, 75 hours, and I was
That
traveling.
makes how many days you didn't eat?
and and I was traveling that time, and from Pune to Delhi. Then I went to Kolkata. From Kolkata, I went to Ahmedabad. From Ahmedabad, I came to Pune, and then I ate food.
So
And
did you
trust me
hydrate
on
yourself
this,
a
I
lot?
actually, yes, a lot.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And it was beautiful experience altogether. Your question, Priya, was
Which is the
you
best
asked
diet?
just now, which is the best diet. This is going to create a lot of you can say, because everyone has got a different kind of belief or something. You know who's my guinea pig? I myself is my guinea pig. And ever since, every time earlier we would meet and like, ab kya kar raha hai? And I'm like, okay. Once I had gone on vegan. Once I had gone on, you won't believe, and you guys are going to laugh on this, that I had gone raw food diet, which was one pathetic thing. And raw food, I ate raw food for 7 days, and my mind was all shut. It was just not working. There was no suggestion from my mind about the words and what should I speak. So when it comes to which diet is good, right? I must say I'm going to talk about my diet, which I believe in, which I follow, right? I think that would be more appropriate. But I would definitely request everyone to be away from sugars. When I say sugars, that is all the carbohydrates are going to get converted into sugars. Correct?
Right.
And then sugars, jaggery, honey, again, not that great thing, because all of them are going to eventually give carbohydrates and sugars to your body. People believe have a lot of fruits, right? That again, fruit has got fructose.
Again,
And
sugar.
again, sugar. And then what we say that, at the time of Ayurveda, they have suggested, like there are certain books, if you all want to read about Ayurveda and want to know more about it, it's called Sushruta Samhita. And there is something called Charak Samhita, right? If you read, you'll be like, oh my God, what have we thinking? So fruits, what was that available that time? Scientists and people have done so many genetic changes into it that fruit which we are eating now is only sugars. So I'm not a fruit eater. I eat a lot of berries. That is absolutely great.
That's very
Personally,
good.
I follow a diet. What I call correct nutrition, what we call correct nutrition, is fat protein diet, where I have good fats which I named already. And what you keep laughing about is the little butter. The same goes with little ghee, and same goes with the little coconut oil, right?
So little ghee is 2.5 to 3 kgs ghee a month.
Yeah, because I have coconut oil, then I have other things also. So that's there.
Right.
And protein. So there are two types of protein. One is first class protein, and one is second class protein. First class protein we get from all the animal origin, and second class protein we get from all the plant origin, which we can opt for, right? So fat, protein, and minimize your carbohydrates. You are going to see wonders going to happen to your body. The wonders. I mean, Priya, okay, you yourself has experienced this, right? So,
yes, I would say yes. So fats and proteins is my
so
go-to
please
thing.
thank you. That Great Wall of China, what you mentioned in the beginning. So you have to be thankful
But yes,
about it.
it is like between good food. We do miss at times. So Rahul, again, Abhijit has a question for us here, chef. So do you have a snack every time you feel hungry, or you should wait for the meal time?
I don't feel hungry if I am on correct nutrition very often. Ideally, because the kind of the nutrition which I am having is not going to be wasted at all. It is not going to add bulk to the stools unnecessarily. And then people out there again, say that have green leafy vegetables as much as you can. No, these are certain myths. No, you will wake up like a goat the next day. You have as much as you can. No, there's always a limitation, right? These green leafy vegetables and extra fibers are going to give you too many fibers, and that's going to cause flatulence, right? The question was that do I snack? Yes, if I feel, I don't stop myself. I snack on cheese. I snack on nuts. I snack on a good paneer tikka or chicken tandoori or something. That's my snack.
So
Or
that's
maybe a glass
healthy
of
food and
buttermilk.
tasty food.
Yes, of course. Who doesn't like tandoori stuffs on this one? I mean,
Right.
I'll be shocked and worried if somebody doesn't like it. Like, oh, I don't like tandoori. Okay.
So Arya asks us, what according to you is a healthy breakfast consists of?
Healthy breakfast, which is full of proteins and which is full of joy, which is full of excitements and which takes very little time because mornings are something which makes people grumpy. You have so many chores to do, so many things happening around, and then a healthy breakfast for me is like eggs are the best. Acha sasta sundar tikka. That's something which is amazing. If you are a
On
vegetarian, you can opt for. That's what you were going to ask, Priya,
No,
for the
Rahul. Go
vegetarians.
on. Yes, for
Okay.
the vegetarians. Okay.
I know. See, this is what happens when we know each other from 20 years. No, I know your questions coming. For vegetarians, I would suggest my best. Can I give a recipe here?
I was just going to ask you that. Now that we are talking about breakfast, why don't you give us a nice breakfast recipe for all of us to take away
I
here?
think I think I have started reading minds. So the next episode should be astrological or maybe reading minds kind of thing. I'm going to give you a very
Yeah,
quick
yeah.
recipe. Mostly in Navratri, I do that because I'm pure vegetarian in Navratri, so I do that. It is the most amazing thing I can do. Since everyone knows that I love curds, so what I do is I take a blender, mixer grinder, simple. Add add 50 grams of paneer, correct?
Okay.
And I add little water, blend it. Now it's up to you. Certain days you feel like eating sweet, certain days you feel like eating savory. For me, mostly it is savories in the morning. I like little flavorful things, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I put curd after blending. The paneer turns into fine paste. Then I put curd, a good 100 ml curd, right? And little chilled water. Blend with some salt and roasted jeera or flavoring, whatever you want. You can add mint leaves, you can add coriander. I am crazy. Sometimes I add dill leaves too, right? Just blend and have a good glass of that shake, which is protein lassi or protein chas, I can call it. And that is going to be amazing thing to start your day. You won't feel hungry for next 4 5 hours for sure.
Wow. So just like one
And
glass of paneer lassi and you don't need any more snack time in the day.
yeah, yeah. And
Wow.
here I have got this spoon, which is nice.
Black coffee.
No, this is tea this time. I got a beautiful this tea from Kolkata. Someone has sent it.
Okay. So again, teas are good. No problem
Teas
with
are
having teas
good.
as long as
Chai mein
no
sukoon
milk
hai.
and
That's
sugar.
what my hashtag is. Chai mein sukoon hai. That's what my hashtag is. Right? Teas are good. I wanted to add on one more thing into overall diet care thing. I just remember all of a sudden that you were talking about the immune system of people, right?
Right.
Of the janitors and overall people. Today's era, or not era, today's time, exactly after COVID, everyone is running behind immune system, right? Everyone. The medical stores are full with immunity booster, lal, kala, pila, neela, all different kind of packets. And you're like, okay, which one to buy and what to buy? The best thing, I'll tell you, all these immunity related diseases and in between I guess you spoke about diabetes also, right? So these
Yes,
all
yes, we
things, the 70% of your immunity related diseases, they start from your gut. 70% of them. Diabetes start from there, or arthritis start from there. And today's I'm having acidity, let me pop up antacid. It's going to increase even more further. You're having acidity, your body is telling you that we are lacking in good gut bacteria, right? Increase the consumption of curd, which is the best thing and easily available everywhere. Curd has got lactobacillus bacteria, which is amazing. You can actually have pickles, and on this, people are going to bless me that okay, I'm allowed to eat pickles, but please have homemade pickles which are fermented. You can have kimchi, homemade kimchi. You can have sauerkraut. You can have so many. Kefir is something which is now very popular, and you can get kefir culture online very easily. You can include that in your food. So fermented food is absolutely needed for all of us.
Rahul, I'm going to take the last question of the day. Barbecue food is healthy. Is it a myth or true?
Barbecued food.
Food is healthy. Is it a myth
Oh,
or?
it is. Oh, it is absolutely healthy, and I know where it is coming from. That barbecued food is going to cause cancer. Some person had put it on social media and WhatsApp University. So that is completely myth. It is absolutely healthy, and I love barbecued food.
So Rahul, I'm going to sum it up all. What you have told us right now here today is good proteins cow, be it veg, non-veg, lot of fats, lot of ghee, lot of butter. When you say little butter, it says 300 grams of butter. So proteins and fats is what you vouch for. Fruits and maybe leafy vegetables in moderations.
Yes.
Right? Otherwise, you'll turn into a goat, is what you claim. So yes, fruits, veggies in moderation, maybe less or absolutely zero carbs is what you're talking about. And
No,
that's
not
what
zero
is.
carb. Priya, I am going to interrupt because that's a very, very important question
Okay.
which I don't want to miss out on. That millets,
Right.
can millets be consumed by thyroid patients? Thyroid again is a lifestyle disease, and if you control your carbohydrates a lot, increase your proteins and fats, thyroid actually can be cured and reversed with little supplementation. Selenium is very good when it comes to thyroid. I don't know if it is hypothyroid or hyper, but selenium actually regulates thyroid a lot. So millet again, they contain a lot of carbohydrates. However, they don't have gluten, but better to avoid.
So avoid all those rice, avoid the rotis
Millets. There was this question which popped up, and I am going to read it.
Right. And then if you're having a good diet, you would not need to maybe munch or have that kind of cravings where you want to eat something in between.
Yes,
right,
definitely, absolutely. Another thing I wanted to tell everyone, that there is no way that you don't love yourself. There's only one life. Life is too short to sit and keep telling yourself that nobody loves me. No, start loving yourself. The universe is going to send a lot of love to you. Please take care of yourself, right? Look good, dress up to kill. Every day is going to be a party. That's what my grandmother says, that whenever you're stepping out of the house, you have to dress up nicely, right?
right.
And feel good factor keeps coming. Pamper yourself, love yourself, and don't drink too much of water, like 8 liters or 10 liters of water a day, which is 3.5 to 4 liters a day is absolutely fine.
Right. So drink water only thirsty, eat when only you're hungry.
Yeah,
that's your mantra.
Yes.
Right. Thank you so much, Rahul, for enriching with your ideas at our first episode here, and hope to see you soon. Not virtually, we will sit and say cheers over maybe a cup of lavender tea.
Thank you so much, all of. Stress release. Stress can be, okay, can I answer this one?
Yes. Go ahead.
Stress can be, stress basically, let's go to the root cause. And what is the causes of stress? Let's kill the cause. Let's kill the root cause. But if you talk about any stress relieving food, again, the proteins and things which will lead, they'll create serotonin, which is happy hormone, and that again, it happens in your gut. So whatever is discussed today is going to be a stress releasing thing, but stress releasing food, anything which is more flavorful. You can have a black coffee or a black tea or something like that, which temporarily can cause, but then treat the root cause of the stress through different kind of meditations and manifestations.
So we are still going, continuous having questions here. Maybe I would think maybe we would have to do a episode 1.1 with health and fitness here, possibly. On that note, let's maybe call it a day, and maybe if I can invite.
You can share my email address to
yes,
people.
Possibly I could do that.
I mean, at least this is one gift I can give to.
So what we could do is.
People can, I'm very much available there on social medias, Instagrams and all. Also, I'm just going to write down
So Rahul, what we could do is maybe we could, share with all the attendees here your Instagram handle, your email ID, so they can
Yeah,
directly
I am
connect.
available
So if they have
everywhere
any
that people
questions
can
on
ask their
health,
questions.
they can ask you directly through emails, or they can maybe follow an
Absolutely, I'm
Instagram
completely
and
available.
maybe
Yes.
connect with you there. Right, right. So on that note, if I can ask Sonia ma'am to conclude this with a quick thank you note.
Fantastic session, Rahul. It was so, I have so many
Thank you, man.
questions, I really wanted to ask you so many things, but,
Sonia ma'am, then let's meet for lavender tea with Priya
absolutely,
again.
very soon, Pune calling very soon, I guess it's going to happen. So
Yes.
Mona and me will be definitely joining you soon, but it was an awesome, very informative, I have my team here and they had a lot of questions. I said, koi baat nahi,
Please come
we'll
up. We'll
take it
meet
up
up
and,
at my favorite place, Coffee Nation, which is at FC Road in Law College. We're gonna
yes,
meet up
yes,
there.
I'm aware about that. So,
Yeah.
anyway, thanks, Priya. You've been a great host as always. Thanks, Mohana, for the support that you always share with i-PHA India. And this is the first session, and I think it's really rocked. And many more to come. Many more sessions. Many more information that we'll be sharing across. So please stay connected, everybody, and visit our i-PHA and Clean India websites and Insta handles, Facebook handles, and even the all the social media. And then we'll keep on doing some more sessions like this very soon.
Yes, Sonia, I would like to add in here. We are very happy that we have been able to stay put for almost 5+ years, and
Yes.
we have been continuously working towards the providing that kind of knowledge base through our various platforms. And this talk show is Expressions by i-PHA is a new addition. We look
Absolutely.
forward to doing more such sessions because we know that today's world is more of virtual, and we need to keep communicating to all of y'all with little bits of this kind of information. And we thought, yes, health and fitness is supposedly the starting point, because unless you're healthy, your mind will not absorb the other things.
Well
We
said.
thank all of you all who have attended this, and I'm sure this was live, and plus I think our team is also going to put up this recording on the social media. So pick it up and share it with people and stay connected. Follow us. There's so much more for us to give you and for you all to share with us too. Thank you very much for being with us. Thank you, Chef.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Priya.
Thanks a lot. It
And
was my
Thank
pleasure.
you.
stay
Thanks a
safe.
lot.
Stay safe.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you, ma'am. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.